Hello everybody, Sorlian here, and today we are looking at the distributive law. And at the end of this video, you should be able to use the distributive law to simplify algebraic expressions. Now, the distributive law is a law that you will use more time than often. This is a law that is absolutely critical in simplifying algebraic expressions and solving equations. You must understand this law because you will come across it very often in your paper. So with that being said, let's head into exactly what we mean by the distributive law. So the distributive law says multiplication distributes over addition and subtracting. So what this law basically is saying is that if you have, let's say, A, open bracket, M plus N, as you can see, this A is directly outside of this bracket. So that means this A is multiplying whatever is in this bracket. So what the distributive law says, you have to multiply this A by everything in the bracket. So this would be A times M would be AM plus A times N would be AN. And that is what the distributive law says. Multiplication distributes over addition. Now, one key thing to note is that whatever is directly outside the bracket, if you want to remove the brackets, you must distribute whatever is directly outside the bracket. In the examples that we'll go through, you'll see exactly what I mean. So the first example says, simplify, and we have 3 open bracket, x plus 4. So we want to distribute this 3 throughout this bracket. This will be 3 multiplied by x, and that will give me 3x. And then this will be now 3 multiplied by, now you can treat this 4 as a positive 4. So 3 multiplied by positive 4 will give me plus 12. And that is the answer for that question. Let's carry on to another one. So 5 now, we want to simplify this. 5 open bracket, y minus 2. So this will be 5 multiplied by y, which will give me 5y. And now we'll have 5 multiplied by, you can treat this as a negative 2 to make it easier. So 5 multiplied by negative 2 would give me a negative 10. And that is the answer for that one. Let's carry on to another one. So we have negative 2, open bracket, a plus 3. And you're asked to simplify this. So we see this negative 2 now is multiplying the a. So we'll have negative 2 times a would give me negative 2a. And now we have negative 2 multiplied by positive 3. So we know a negative times a positive would give me a negative, and 2 times 3 would give me 6. So this answer would be negative 2a subtract 6. And look at this one. So we asked to simplify this. Now we have 3 terms. Remember, the term outside the bracket has to multiply all the terms in the bracket. So we have 4 open bracket, x plus 2y minus 3. So the 4 will distribute throughout. So the 4 multiplied by x will give me 4x. And the 4 multiplied by plus 2y will give me 4 times 2 is 8. So this gives me plus 8y. And then the 4 will multiply the negative 3. So positive times a negative would give me a negative. And 4 times 3 would give me 12. So 4x plus 8y minus 12. And that is how we distribute when we have a term directly outside the bracket. Let's carry on to another example. This one says simplify. So we have in bracket x plus y, close bracket. And in another bracket we have x plus 2. So in this case, we have a bracket directly outside the bracket. So to answer this question, we'll do the same thing as what we did just now, but we just have to do one additional step. So what we're doing, we're taking everything that is inside this bracket and you're multiplying by everything in this bracket. So what we do, we take the first term in this bracket and you multiply by everything here. So this will be x, and we set it up just like how we know to set it up. X multiplied by x plus 2. And now we take the second term, which is plus 3, and then we multiply it by everything in this bracket. This will be plus 3 multiplied by x plus 2. And then we distribute and multiply. And now we distribute the x. So this will be x times x will give me x squared. X times positive 2 will give me plus 2x. And now we have the 3. So plus 3 multiplied by x will give me plus 3x. Now I have plus 3 multiplied by 2 will give me plus 6. And then I simplify. We cannot leave this as it is. We have to simplify further. So we see all the like terms and we simplify them. So we see you have these two terms that are like. So we'll have x squared, 2x plus 3x will give me 5x plus 6. And that is the answer when we simplify this. So this one is similar to the one that we previously did. So let's go through this. So we have 3x plus 4 in one bracket, all multiplied by 2x minus 5. So we take the first term here and we multiply it by everything in this bracket. So this will be 3x multiplied by 2x minus 5. And then we take the second term, which is plus 4, and we multiply by everything. So plus 4 multiplied by 2x minus 5. And then we work out. So 3x times 2x would give me 3 times 2 is 6. X times x would give me x squared. And then 3x times negative 5 would give me positive times a negative would give me a negative. 3 times 5 would give me 15. And then we bring back the x. And now we have the plus 4 multiplied by everything in the bracket. This will be positive times a positive will give me a positive. 4 times 2x will give me 4 times 2 is 8. And I bring back the x. And now we have 4 times negative 5. So a positive times a negative would give me a negative. 4 times 5 would give me 20. And now we work out the like terms. So you have negative 15x plus 8x. So this will give me 6x squared. Negative 15x plus 8x. That would give me a negative 7x minus 20. So when we simplify this, we'll end up with 6x squared minus 7x minus 20. Let's move on to another example. So this example says negative 5 open bracket 2a minus 3b plus 7 close bracket plus 4a. And we ask to simplify this. So we see in order for us to simplify this, we must get rid of this bracket. And the only way we can get rid of that bracket is by distributing the negative 5 that is directly outside the bracket by everything in the bracket. So this will be negative 5 multiplied by 2a. So negative 5 times 2 will give me negative 10. And then bring back the a. Now we have negative 5 times negative 3b. So a negative times a negative would give me a positive. 5 times 3 would give me 15. And we bring back the b. Then we have negative 5 multiplied by positive 7. So a negative times a positive would give me a negative. 5 times 7 would be 35. And now we put back the plus 4a. We cannot distribute the negative 5 to the 4a because the plus 4a is not in the bracket. So now we do the best thing, which is to simplify. So we put all the terms, all the like terms together. So we have the a and the 10a, the negative 10a and the 4a. So that this will become negative 10a. So one thing, when you are grouping your like terms, you always move with the sign in front of the term. So this will be negative 10a plus 4a plus 15b minus 35. Whatever sign is in front, that sign must remain when you finish simplifying. So we work this out. So negative 10a plus 4a would give me a negative 6a plus 15b minus 35. And that is as simple as we can go. So let's proceed to this example. So we have to simplify this. So we have 2 open bracket x plus 3, close bracket, plus 3, open bracket, x minus 2. And we want to simplify this. So once again, we have to distribute in order for us to remove the bracket, and then we put the like terms together. So we distribute here. So the 2 times x would give me 2x. And then the 2 times the plus 3 would give me plus 6. Then I distribute the 3. So 3 times x will give me plus 3x. And positive 3 times negative 2 would give me a negative 6. Positive times the negative would give me a negative. 3 times 2 is 6. Then I put the like terms together. So this will be 2x. And I put the 3x together here. So this will be plus 3x plus 6. Subtract 6. So 2x plus 3x will give me 5x. And 6 subtract 6 will give me 0. So the answer is, when I simplify this, I will get 5x. And the last example now, I want to simplify this here. So this one is kind of tricky. So I have 3x plus 3 in a bracket, subtract x minus 2 in a bracket. So I want to simplify this. How do I go about and simplify this? So I say I want to get rid of the brackets. So there's nothing to distribute here, so I can just get rid of this bracket. So this will be 3x plus 3. And now I want to remove these brackets here. So what I need to do, I need to distribute what is directly outside the bracket. And in this case, we see a negative sign is directly outside the bracket. So you have to distribute that negative sign throughout. Because whatever is outside, you have to distribute it. So this will be the negative multiplied by the x, which will become a negative x. And the negative multiplied by a negative 2. So a negative times a negative would give me a positive. And then the 2. And then we put the like terms together. This will be 3x. And we move this here. So we move it with the sign in front. Subtract x plus 3 plus 2. So 3x subtract x would give me 2x. And 3 plus 2 would give me 5. So when I simplify this, I will get 2x plus 5. So I had to distribute the negative sign. So the key takeaway here is that whatever is outside of the bracket, you distributing that throughout the bracket in order to remove the bracket, even if it's a sign. So most times when you have a negative sign outside the bracket, you distribute. And it's a positive sign, you can just remove the bracket just like that, because the positive sign will not impact the change of any sign. But if you have a number, you distribute a number. If you have another bracket, you distribute each term separately in the bracket. And with that, this has brought us to the end of this video of simplifying using the distributive law. So we saw that, in order to remove the brackets, you must distribute. And then after we finish distributing, we simplify by putting the like terms together. And a key thing to note, when you're putting the like terms together, you must move with the sign in front. So with that, I'll see you in the next video.